Hey folks, today we're going to take a look at Hercules. Okay, so Hercules. You know Hercules from Walt Disney movie, animated Hercules. You may also remember the 60s cartoon, the Mighty Hercules. And you might also remember Hercules, The Legendary Journeys, Kevin Sorbo. This has nothing to do with any of those guys, because this is Lou Ferrigno as Hercules in 1983. Now, the DVD I have here actually also contains the sequel, The Adventures of Hercules, or Hercules 2. I haven't watched that one yet. Just talking about the first one today. And let me tell you, it's quite a movie. Now, in 1981, we got Clash of the Titans. You know, it's all about Greek mythology, Perseus and Zeus and Hera and all that stuff. You know, epic mythological creatures and situations and gods and things like that. All very cool. One of my favorite movies of all time, as a matter of fact. Then in 1982, we got Conan the Barbarian. Another fantasy movie, has nothing to do with Greek mythology or mythology at all. But of course, you know, Conan the Barbarian. Arnold Schwarzenegger as the titular barbarian. Former bodybuilder turned action hero. Anti-hero. Haven't seen Conan in a while, I'll have to get to that one. But no, this is Lou Ferrigno. At one time an associate of Arnold Schwarzenegger, or I guess a rival, you know, in the bodybuilding competitions and that sort of thing. Lou Ferrigno, of course, you may remember him as the Incredible Hulk on television. You know, starred opposite Bill Bixby. He, of course, played the Hulk. They painted him green, gave him a green wig, and told him to smash stuff. Hey, show was a hit. What are you going to do, right? So that show eventually ended, and it was time for Lou Ferrigno to move on to the big screen. Now, Hercules, 1983, was an Italian-American made movie. Basically, Lou Ferrigno's voice is dubbed pretty much the entire thing here, just like they did for Schwarzenegger back in Hercules in New York. And the dialogue is terrible. The acting performances are also pretty cheesy and over the top. The special effects are kind of laughable, but super creative. But for some reason, this whole ridiculous mess of a movie that barely makes any sense is highly entertaining. Now, when it comes to so bad it's good movies, I think I picked a good one here, because it's literally so bad. It's not that they weren't trying. Oh, as a matter of fact, they're overachieving in many departments, but it really does have an epic feel to it. Now, the main thing is with this movie, you just can't take it too seriously. This is goofy as all hell. The story, yeah, it's epic in scale, but confusing and kind of pointless. Special effects are, well, you get some like stop motion robotic creatures that Hercules has to fight, and it's pretty obvious that they're stop motion miniature effects. Then there's, you know, things like magic that's going on here, or lasers, I don't know. You see shots of space and the planets and stuff like that, because for whatever reason, I guess they decided to make it more science-y or sci-fi, like maybe more like Star Wars. Lasers do make it fun. Zeus and a couple of the other gods are hanging out on the moon or in space somewhere, and they're looking down on Earth, and they're like, well, they're fucking crazy down there. We'd better do something. Let's create a hero. He will be stronger and more intelligent than any other man that has ever lived, and he's going to be a hero, and he's going to save these people from all the shit we're going to do to him anyway. No, he's born to a mortal couple, actually the king and queen of Thebes, and those two are killed or something like that, and he's abandoned as a baby, and he drifts down the river a la Moses in a little cradle. Then he gets attacked by snakes. Remember, Greek mythology, Hercules wrestles the two snakes in his crib as an infant and kills them. and that scene is hilarious in this. Yeah, so then he's like adopted by like a human family or whatever. And there's a really funny scene when Hercules is out in the woods, I don't know, hauling wood or chopping wood or whatever, with his father, and they get attacked by a bear, and the bear kills Hercules' father. So Hercules is just enraged, and he wrestles with the bear and beats up the bear and kills the bear, which is like a dude in a bear suit, intercut with shots of like a real trained bear roaring and standing up and stuff. But I mean, they can't actually wrestle the thing, so of course it looks really cheap, and it's cut up, edited really terribly. And then Hercules kills the bear and launches that motherfucker into space. Such is the power of Hercules. Apparently this is supposed to be like a legendary thing. This is how the constellation of Ursa Major was created. Okay, sure. Yeah, and then like the bad guy in this movie is King Minos. I don't know, he just dresses like a wizard king in a big pink robe, and he also lives on the moon or something. Anyway, on some kind of starry backdrop. And he conspires with Daedalus. Remember Daedalus from the Hercules cartoon? The 60s one? Yeah, this is not that Daedalus. This Daedalus is a woman with a ridiculous costume on. And the two of them conspire to use science to defeat Hercules. He conspires and sends all these monsters after him. Makes it so that Hercules has to complete all these weird tasks and rescue the captured Princess Cassiopeia, who is like his wife in this. If I remember correctly, wasn't she the mother in Clash of the Titans that boasted about how beautiful her daughter was to the goddess Thetis? And okay, no, they throw all that shit out the window, because this is the new Hercules. This is a spacey, Star Wars-esque kind of Hercules. There's even like a lightsaber fight at the end. Well, not really. The bad guy fights with the glowing sword, and in the trailer that was released in 1983, they actually stuck in like the by now trademarked lightsaber sound effects. And looking at the trailer, I mean, you'd think this was like Star Wars meets Conan, right? Which is, I guess, what they're hoping to achieve here. And this is cheaply made, but there's so much put into this movie, so much like crazy shitty special effects. Every scene is like a spacey kind of background, or maybe filmed in a castle, something like that, or on the moon. I mean, of course, not really on the moon. The acting is not stellar in here, and the lines just come off super cheesy. But it's like the people saying it, it's like they believe in this stuff, and they take it very seriously, which makes it even funnier because it comes off so bad. But, there's some highlights in here. There's the snake wrestling thing in the beginning. There's also, the bear launching scene. Then you get a scene where Hercules ties a rock to the front of a chariot, and he hurls the rock into space and then jumps in the chariot, and the rock pulls him into space, kind of like the Thor Mjolnir thing. And of course there is the creation of the Pillars of Hercules, where he like separates Europe and Africa for whatever reason. And then he fights, the dude with a glowing lightsaber-y kind of sword at the end. Yeah, it's all good fun, right? It feels pretty slapped together, I'm not gonna lie, but for some reason this just works for me. I was laughing for most of the movie, so I was pretty entertained. Over the top, cheesy, and ridiculous, and fun, I guess is what you could say. So overall, I think I'm going to give Hercules 1983 a B+. That's right, I'm as shocked as you are. I mean, I can't believe that I'd rate something like this so high. But on a scale of so bad that it's good, this is so bad, it's really bad, so it's really good, and it's really funny to watch this movie and just laugh at it and how dumb it is. It's confusing and jumbled, and all this crap is happening all over the place, and lasers and flashy space scenes and asteroids and the destruction of Atlantis or something. I don't know. All this shit happens in there, and it just goes by, and before you know it, you've been laughing your ass off for like an hour and 40 minutes or something like that. Hey, I would probably go back and watch this. Why not? And on this disc, I've also got The Adventures of Hercules, Hercules 2. I'm not in a hurry to watch that, but after seeing this one, I kind of want to see how they did it again 2 years later. So until next time, have a good one, everybody.